everything on the table, that I would have missed out on what I experience now, because that was more of me than it was on him.
So like if you have like a fetish, or if you like have a sincere desire to connect with more than one person or whatever, that's one of the reasons I advocate for polygamy, because there are people who literally wall themselves off and keep part of them secret for the sake of maintaining a monogamous expectation within a relationship, and that creates this counter personality that when they get the opportunity they go out and cheat and do all this other extra stuff. But if that's part of who you are, if that's what you want to do, and you could talk to the person that you want to talk to about that, then it will make you essentially closer.
Hmm.
It's the ability, like with men I see that like that it's such a real thing that it, people lose their families behind it. um we risk money, future success, almost everything you could think of for wanting to do that thing that you're hiding from everybody else. Like Kevin Hart right now about to get extorted behind whatever his innate desire is. But if he could have been in a situation where he was honest with her, and she accepted it and they moved forward, they probably could have been closer, and she could have told that girl bye. Like instead of him being in fear, having to pay for 5 million, 10 million, $30 million trying to avoid his secret getting out. It's not a secret if the person in your inner circle already know who you are or what's it to you. Like I we cheat you cheat the person out of the ability to love you for who you are when you can't show them who you are. And
Hmm.
having to hide that will always create a counter personality that actually, instead of appeasing that or working through it, will make it stronger, because part of that alter ego that you create by hiding that person that you are, it gives that thing power. It makes it more
But
powerful. You want to do that thing more.
but isn't that what Nick Cannon is doing, and people still getting on him?
But the women not.
Yeah, that's true. The people in the relationship is what matters. The people
I
outside of
don't
the
know.
relationship, who cares?
The women seem to be getting on him. But anyway,
No,
I
women
don't,
Marcus,
I don't know.
outside of the relationship are getting on him, not the women in the relationship.
never mind. You'll catch it in a minute.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, no, I got it. My brain wasn't there yet. Yeah, I got you.
Marcus, I got a question. No details. This is kind of a yes or no. Have you ever been deeply emotionally hurt by a woman that
Absolutely.
was not a family member?
Oh,
that's I was gonna clarify
Well,
that.
yeah. Now we know a little bit of Marcus' story. So
yeah.
uh,
Yeah,
Uh,
outside of
the
so,
family member.
but would you agree?
I wouldn't say it was. Nah, because the time that it was all my fault, and I like created the perfect storm for all of that shit to come, and it was actually better than it should have been. So I say no.
Okay,
But if you include family, absolutely.
so this is my next question to you. Do you think that men consciously and subconsciously take notes on the things that negatively have impacted them?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Okay. So with that being said, the one of the most difficult things to do is to be scarred emotionally twice under the same type of using the same type of, let's say, uh, um, hurt, this a similar type of hurt, when you know you could have prevented it because you decided, you as a man, you decided to open up.
Mm.
What do you tell men who have been deeply scarred emotionally by a female to, with the hopes of getting them to be willing to open up emotionally to a female again?
Be a pessimistic optimist. So assume the worst, and then let people prove the best. And when they prove it, believe them.
Mm.
So basically, go out on a limb and give them an opportunity.
They can earn the opportunity. So like trust that they're not who they say they are until they prove that they are who they say they are, and then move forward from there.
Mm.
So if they, oh yeah, I'm the best one alive, da, 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 don't believe it. then observe him, and within relation, you'll be like, oh no, this is really this person, and then you can move forward. As opposed to all women are good, this woman is great, and then you find out that this is not the right type of person. So if you like reverse that dynamic, so you pessimistic at first, and then you can become extremely optimistic once the person has proven that that's who they actually are.
Now, just to clarify, you don't mean treat them like they're the worst, right? Because I know the internet. I just want to clarify.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. When I say treat them like they're the worst, I'm saying like don't assign pedestalization and don't feel like that the woman is just this angel and all these before you actually know that this is the person's personality. So I think a lot of people are like, you know, I mean, be like, oh, are we wifing up hoes and all this other stuff? You shouldn't be. If you assume that she's XYZ, but don't treat her bad or good, just let that person show you who they are and then determine the treatment from there versus just saying I'm gonna treat everybody the best or I'm gonna treat everybody like a life is about nuance and individual experiences. You can't broad stroke your interactions with everybody. People will show you who they are. You have to believe them, and that can be for the good too. They can be a great person, and you can believe them if they've proven that.
And y'all know me, I'm solutions oriented. So I will say a lot of men, and this is to Isaiah's point in the chat when he said, "Learn how to spot your triggers." A male therapist will help men spot things that negatively affect their life. Many men have an issue with therapists. Don't believe in going to seek therapy. So what I will say is, don't be afraid to do things to better yourself, to help you understand the psychology of you. And this is what I'm currently reading. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to read and seek the knowledge as a man so you can become the best version of yourself. Don't be afraid to do that, man. And this is just me talking kind of to anybody who listens to this pod that's a man going through something. If you have an issue with therapy or you believe it doesn't work, invest in yourself, invest in your mental, invest in you so that you can become the best version of yourself. But also, I will say, don't be afraid to go see a therapist. And I personally believe, kind of like Isaiah just said, I do believe a male psychologist or therapist is better for men than a female psychologist or therapist. That's just my personal opinion. I don't have any data behind it, just my personal opinion.
Black Lexicon